Dragon fighter, Lohan dares to defy the gods, questioning their harsh judgment upon humanity. As punishment for his rebellion, the gods give him a near-impossible task. Stripped of his divine power and cast down to earth in human form, Lohan must redeem three lost souls: a hardened sex worker with no regrets, a simple-minded beggar clinging to survival, and a ruthless tyrant who thrives on cruelty. If he fails in this mission, he'll be reincarnated as a beast. From Hong Kong legends to Korean cult hits, we've got the craziest films covered. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. The movie opens with a gathering of heavenly gods, frustrated with one of their own, dragon fighter, Lohan. They accuse him of mischief and slander. When summoned, his loyal partner in crime, Tiger Fighter, appears first to defend him and apologize on his behalf. He thanks Tiger for always standing by him. Tiger urges him to apologize, warning that things have gotten serious, but Lohan refuses. Instead, he boldly confronts the gods, accusing them of treating humans unfairly and making their lives miserable. He even lashes out at a god who denied a woman's desperate wish for a child. When she took her own life out of despair, she was sent to hell for committing suicide. Lohan finds this cruel and unacceptable. The Heavenly Emperor explains that all fates are predetermined, and the gods merely carry out divine will. But Lohan continues to speak out fearlessly, rejecting the excuse. Angered by his audacity, the Emperor decides to punish Lohan and Tiger by sending them to Earth, reincarnated as a dog and a pig. In his usual mischievous tone, Lohan mocks the Emperor and suggests he join them as a cockroach. Just then, the Goddess of Mercy intervenes. She believes Lohan's rebellion is a chance for the gods to better understand humanity. To resolve the conflict, she decides to send Lohan to Earth as a human instead. His mission: to change the fate of three cursed individuals: a sex worker, a beggar, and a tyrant. If he fails, he will remain mortal forever. Lohan accepts, even though he won't go with his divine powers. Before he leaves, the goddess gives him a fan of wishes to assist him, which can be used 3 times per day. Each use creates a crack, but it restores itself the next day. However, it cannot control life or death or manipulate minds. Tiger takes the fan, admiring it. He tells Lohan the goddess must truly care about him. But while they're still joking around, a heavenly guard suddenly pushes Lohan to Earth before he can retrieve the fan. Tiger is alarmed and suspects the guard did it on purpose. Determined to help, he forces another heavenly guard, Unicorn, to assist him in taking the fan down to Earth. Meanwhile, Lohan is reborn to a couple who had been praying at a Buddhist temple for a child. As he begins his new life, Tiger and Unicorn are still making their way to Earth. By the time they arrive, Lohan has already grown. When Tiger sees him, he rushes over to deliver the fan, forgetting that as a spirit, he's invisible to mortals. Unicorn explains that the only way to reach Lohan is by reincarnating as a human. But Tiger hesitates. Lohan is already an adult. Unicorn reminds him that time flows differently. One day in heaven equals 10,000 years on Earth. He assures Tiger he can speed up his aging within minutes of birth. But then, Tiger will lose all his powers and return to heaven as a fool. Tiger doesn't like that idea. But Unicorn adds that when the moon is clouded, heaven's surveillance weakens. Tiger can seize the opportunity to sneak back his powers. Just then, they spot a pregnant woman about to give birth. Tiger quickly enters her womb and is reborn. After delivery, Unicorn uses magic to rapidly age Tiger's body into an old man. But mentally, he's still a baby. The woman who gave birth to Tiger abandons him, but Lohan's parents adopt him and raise him as their own. Though he looks like an old man, he behaves like an infant, always hungry, eating whatever he can find, and constantly searching for milk from people's chests. Most people think he's insane, including Lohan, who often mocks him. One day, while Lohan is outside with Tiger, he sees a group of village women harassing a sex worker named Bai Xiaoyu, who is openly displaying her sexuality. The women are outraged. Lohan, also disgusted by her shamelessness, sarcastically directs thunder her way when a bolt of lightning strikes close to him. The lightning strikes again, but this time it hits him. The shock jolts his memory. Lohan suddenly remembers who he truly is and why he's on Earth. He realizes Bai Xiaoyu is one of the 3 people he's been sent to help. He quickly steps in to stop the angry crowd. He tells them that while she may be a sex worker, she might also be a patriotic citizen. And nobody's perfect. His words make them emotional and they let her go. He then urges Yu to change her ways. She thanks him and asks for his name, but he simply says he'll be back for her and walks away. Lohan and Tiger head to a nearby temple, where they meet a man who introduces himself as the god of earth. He shows Lohan a golden statue of his divine body. Lohan then introduces himself to the temple's abbot. He points to the golden skeleton on display, explaining that it was once his body when he served as a monk in a past life, before ascending to heaven and now reincarnating back to earth. But the monk, confused and unconvinced, names him Mad Monk because of how strange and erratic he seems. While at the temple, Lohan encounters the beggar, Ta Cheung, and the tyrant, Yuan Ba Tian. To his surprise, Yuan is bullying Ta Cheung, chasing him all the way to the temple. Yuan swears he'll burn the temple down. He intervenes, giving Yuan a taste of his own medicine, turning the tables so Yuan feels what it's like to be bullied. After humbling him, he urges Yuan to change, but he sternly refuses and storms off. Lohan then turns to Ta Cheung and encourages him to stop begging and come live with him. But Ta Cheung refuses. Not long after, Lohan's parents arrive at the temple, worried about his condition. They are so overwhelmed by the sight of Lohan's state that they die from a heart attack. Surprisingly, Lohan doesn't seem affected. He simply says they'll reincarnate as butterflies in love and asks the people at the temple to carry them out. Inside the temple, Lohan spots Tiger playing with the fan of wishes. He snatches it from him. Later, Lohan sees Ta Cheung trying to catch a duck to eat. He scolds him, asking if he got the duck's consent first. Lohan turns to the ducks and asks if he asked permission. The ducks say no. Ta Cheung is stunned that a duck just spoke. Then, he tells the ducks that he wants to eat them. He asks that they follow him if any of them is willing. The ducks follow him. Seeing this miracle, Ta Cheung is amazed. He immediately bows and calls Lohan master. From that point on, Lohan and Ta Cheung begin moving together. Lohan tries hard to change Ta Cheung's mindset, but it proves difficult. Ta Cheung is deeply rooted in the ways of a beggar. While he teaches him to let go of begging, Ta Cheung dreams of growing his begging empire, wanting a bigger bowl, a prime begging location, and even fantasizing about becoming the god of beggars. This leaves Lohan increasingly frustrated. That night at the temple, the clouds cover the moon, weakening heaven's surveillance. As planned, Tiger regains his true self. Unicorn appears to escort him back to heaven. Lohan reunites with Tiger, thanks him for his help, and bids him farewell as Tiger departs with Unicorn. Before leaving, Unicorn reveals something troubling. Heaven noticed Tiger's absence, and as punishment, they unleashed a plague upon the earth. Now, people are suffering from a mysterious illness with no known cure. The next day, Lohan overhears some men insulting Ta Cheung, wishing he would die because of the sores on his face. He is disappointed by their cruelty, so he uses the fan of wishes to make even worse sores appear on their face. Just then, a man appears announcing that the heavenly emperor spoke to him. He says he's been instructed to collect money from the villagers to perform a cleansing ritual that will end the plague. Lohan is disgusted by the blatant scam. He tries to silence the man using the fan, but it doesn't work. He's already used up the fan's daily limit. The man then announces that the gods demand a human sacrifice to end the plague, someone whose life is deemed worthless. A woman suggests they choose someone from the brothel. They go to the brothel and randomly pick one of the sex workers, who turns out to be Yu. During the sacrifice ritual, just as the man is about to set Yu on fire, Lohan steps in. He challenges the so-called messenger of heaven and rescues Yu. Yu is heartbroken and expresses her disappointment, saying the same men who treat her nicely when she's making them happy didn't hesitate to burn her alive. Lohan tells her that to them, she's like a toilet, useful only when needed. They don't really care about her. In a moment of misguided gratitude, Yu offers her body to Lohan. He sternly rebukes her, frustrated by how deeply she's trapped in her ways. He urges her to find a better path, like selling bean curd instead of selling her body. Surprisingly, Yu offers him bean curd, which he and Ta Cheung gladly eat. But Lohan is stunned when he sees her back to prostituting, as if nothing happened. He scolds her again, but she proudly shows him her bean curd stand, thanking him for the idea. She has added bean curd business alongside sex work. Still, Lohan sees a glimmer of hope that she might eventually change for good. Noticing that Ta Cheung is attracted to Yu and that he tries to act with more dignity around her, Lohan decides to use him to win her heart. Using his powers, he transforms Ta Cheung into a handsome young man and sets up a romantic date between them to further encourage Yu to change her lifestyle. The night before the date, Lohan had manipulated Yu's dream, planting a vision where she is loved, respected, and called a good girl. When Ta Cheung visits her in her room the next day, she's cheerful and warmly receives him. Meanwhile, Yuan arrives at the brothel and attacks Lohan. A brutal fight breaks out, wrecking the surroundings. Lohan gains the upper hand, beating Yuan badly while trying to convince him to stop tormenting others. But Yuan's heart is like stone, completely unmoved. Even so, he chooses to show mercy and lets him go, urging him to turn over a new leaf. Back in Yu's room, she tells Ta Cheung she'd like to marry Lohan. Ta Cheung also admits Lohan helped him feel like a man with worth. But just then the magic fades, and Ta Cheung returns to his true form, a disheveled beggar. He's embarrassed, but Yu isn't fazed. As he prepares to leave, Yuan bursts in. He savagely beats Ta Cheung, and when Yu tries to stop him, he ties her up and assaults her. Ta Cheung fights back, but Yuan overpowers him and stabs him in the stomach, calling him a miserable beggar. Lohan rushes in, but it's too late. In pain, Ta Cheung defiantly declares that he's not a beggar, finally claiming his name with pride before dying. Yuan then forces Lohan to watch as he continues abusing Yu, before having him thrown out. Devastated, Lohan seeks out the god of earth, begging for a way to save Ta Cheung. But the god says his fate was predestined. There's nothing to be done. Lohan refuses to accept that. Blaming himself for Ta Cheung's death, he's desperate to make it right. Moved by his grief, the god of earth offers a possibility. Lohan can bargain with the evil god in the underworld, trading his golden skeleton for Ta Cheung's life. Without hesitation, he rushes back to the temple to retrieve his divine body. But the abbot stops him, insisting the skeleton must remain in the temple. Left with no choice, Lohan knocks him out. He then descends to the underworld. When he arrives, he sees the evil god dragging Ta Cheung's soul toward Hades. Lohan stops him, saying he's there to take his friend back. The evil god spits on him. Lohan stays calm, telling him he doesn't want trouble, only his friend's soul. Lohan pleads, and the evil god finally agrees to trade Ta Cheung's soul for the golden body. Lohan accepts, but after the exchange, the evil god keeps both and kicks him back to the land of the living. Lohan is crushed, realizing he's been tricked. He carries Ta Cheung's body back to the temple. When he arrives, everyone is leaving, including the god of earth. No one wants to be associated with him after his deal with the evil god. As he enters, the temple shakes, and golden statues collapse, shedding tears. The monk explains that removing the golden body has angered both gods and men, and now all are fleeing to avoid the consequences. Then, the statue of the goddess of mercy explodes. Lohan tries to restore order using the fan of wishes, but it shatters. He's exceeded its limit. Lohan rushes to the brothel and finds Yu. He asks what would make her happy enough to leave her old life. She says if he marries her, she'll change. He agrees and declares himself her husband. Yu is overjoyed, moved that someone truly loves her despite her past. But as soon as the vow is made, Lohan begins turning into a tree, a punishment for breaking heaven's law against gods marrying mortals. Yu is angry and heartbroken. Feeling unloved, she slashes her face, saying no one will ever love her genuinely. Lohan is devastated, catching her blood in his hands. Meanwhile, Yuan, now under the full control of the evil god and in possession of Lohan's golden body, storms the brothel. He slaughters everyone there. He plans to use their blood to drain the power from the golden body. Lohan arrives in time to confront him. He summons the heavenly soldiers and they appear. During the fight, Lohan realizes Yuan has been given a stone heart. Lohan tears the stone heart from Yuan's chest and shows it to him. Yuan is shocked. He believed he'd been given an immortal heart. It hits him that the evil god was only using him for his own gain. Yuan confesses that the evil god ordered him to destroy Lohan's golden body and prevent his return to heaven. Filled with regret, Yuan says he never wants to be born as a man again. He crushes the stone heart himself and dies. Later, when the moon is clouded, Lohan has a chance to return to heaven with the soldiers, but he stays behind to stop the evil god from destroying the earth. He returns to the temple, carrying his golden body, and melts it down into golden paint. Using this, he writes powerful protective talismans all over the temple. The evil god appears, wipes off the talisman on the door, and smashes through it, destroying the temple and chasing after Lohan. While fleeing, Lohan runs into the abbot, who has returned just in time. Lohan explains he needs a way to make the evil god open his mouth, so he can throw the remaining golden powder inside and destroy him. Just then, the evil god demolishes a nearby house. The blast knocks them to the ground, and the abbot accidentally swallows the last of the golden powder. While trying to think of a solution, the abbot remembers he has golden teeth. He gives them to Lohan. The abbot makes the evil god laugh by asking him to apologize to them. As he laughs with his mouth wide open, Lohan leaps into it, causing the evil god to explode and die. Back in heaven, the gods begin to celebrate, believing that Lohan has failed his mission. But the goddess of mercy steps forward and interrupts their rejoicing. She questions their judgment, asking why they assume he lost. She then reveals the truth. Lohan succeeded. Cheung, though he died, regained his dignity in his final moments and has already been reborn, this time into a wealthy and loving family. Yu has finally left her old life behind and opened a humble bean curd restaurant. Even Yuan, who spent his life as a ruthless tyrant, renounced violence before his death and wished not to return as a man. In his next life, he was reborn as a pig, just as he wanted. The gods are stunned when they turn and see that Lohan has returned in victory. Lohan is honored and promoted to senior dragon fighter. A golden tiara is placed on his head, and he is given a scepter as a symbol of his rank. Tiger, his loyal friend, steps forward to congratulate him warmly. The very gods who once looked down on him are moved. Their jealousy melts away, and they join in the celebration, cheering for him with admiration and respect. Thanks for watching. If you want more crazy hidden gems like this, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment with your favorite scene.